Well, I guess by now you probably know that I'm not a fan of being nice to you all or going easy on you. But it's the last week of school, so I'm going to give you like 45 assignments just to torture you. I'm just kidding. I'm going to make it easy this week. What a weird week. What a weird way to end the school year for everybody, but especially 8th grade. To end your days at River Valley from home on the couch or from in your bedroom. So, because of that, and because it's such an odd week, I'm just going to make it really simple for us this week. And we are going to practice perfect squares and square roots, which is something you'd better know by now. So, I'm going to go through right here and make a really quick video of perfect squares and then how to find the square root of those perfect squares. And then you have a really easy assignment on Khan Academy. So here we go. 2 squared, you ought to know that by now, means 2 times 2, which is 4. 3 squared means 3 times 3, which equals 9. 4 squared, I told you this is basic. 4 times 4 is 16. 5 squared, 5 times 5, which is 25. 6 squared means 6 times 6, which is 36. 7 squared, 7 times 7, which is 49. I'll clear the screen so we've got more room to keep going. 8 squared means 8 times 8, which equals 64. 9 squared means 9 times 9, which is 81. 10 squared, 10 times 10, which is 100. Now we might get into some that you've forgotten or don't have memorized still. 11 times 11 is 121. 12 squared means 12 times 12, which is 144. 13 squared means 13 times 13, which is 169. Next we have 14 squared, which means 14 times 14, which is 196. 15 squared means 15 times 15, which is 225. That's as far as I'm going to go for today. Now we're going to do the opposite. Now those were perfect squares. So 15 squared is 225. 225 is a perfect square. So if I were to find the square root of 225, this is called a radical symbol, by the way. And so this is asking me to find the square root of 225, which means what number times itself equals 225? Well, the answer to that is 15, because we said 15 times 15 was 225. And we're going to go through and do all of these. The square root of 196 equals 14. Square root of 169 equals 13. The square root of 144 equals 12. Hopefully you remember the beginning of the year when you made those blue foldables that had all these on there. And then if you think about 11 times 11, what is that? Well, it's 121. So the square root of 121 equals 11. And then the next number down is going to equal 10. Well, what is 10 times 10? 100. So the square root of 100 equals 10. The square root of 81 equals 9. The square root of 64 equals 8. The square root of 49 equals 7. The square root of 36 equals 6. Now, because all of these are perfect squares and they come out to whole numbers like 6, 7, 8, 9, those are all rational. You're going to need to remember that for Wednesday, because Wednesday is going to be rational and irrational. I think the last one we did was 36, so now we're down to 25. The square root of 25 is 5, because 5 times 5 equals 25. The square root of 16 equals 4. The square root of 9 equals 3. The square root of 4 equals 2. And the last one, kind of a tricky one, square root of 1. Think it through, see if you can come up with it. It's 1. 1 times 1 equals 1. So just a precursor to Wednesday's assignment, if the square root of 100 equals 10, 10 is a whole number. The square root of 99 would not be a whole number. And because it would not be a whole number, and this is not a perfect square right here, my answer is going to end up equaling something that is irrational. So we are going to be talking about that more on Wednesday. But for tomorrow, all you have to do is identify the square roots of numbers and perfect squares. Should be a really easy assignment, really easy thing to do for Monday and Tuesday. I will see you Wednesday, and prepare yourselves. I believe that on Thursday or Friday, we will have a 7th grade Google Meet and an 8th grade Google Meet, just so that everybody can say their farewells and their goodbyes. You can cry and sob knowing that I will no longer be your math teacher and your life will feel like it's over. Par out.